This is a quick video to show you guys I'm upgrading my head. This is the old one, which was a Johnson pump on the cheaper model. I went ahead and got a Jobsco, like a good one. This is the compactable model. The reason I'm upgrading it at the moment is on my last trip, when we went to the island, we kept having this problem with the switch. Like for anyone who doesn't know how the heads work, there's a switch here. And if you switch it one way, you pump in seawater that fills up the bowl, and then you switch it this way and you pump it out overboard or into your holding tank. Now, if this is switched to the seawater, there's like a danger sort of icon on here. That's because this will fill with water. It'll pump in if you don't have an anti-siphon valve. So you always have to have it switched over when you're not using it, or have your seacock turned off. So what kept happening on our last trip was we would switch it over, and after a short while, we would notice that it was overflowing with water. So the first time it happened, I thought maybe Camille had left it because she's not familiar with the heads on the boat. And then the second time it happened, I know I was the last one to use it, and I was like, wow, that's really unlike me to leave it. I mean, in reality, we should have just shut the seacock off every time we used it. But when you're staying on a boat for days on end, it's easy to just leave it open, you know. And then the third time it happened, neither one of us had used it, so I knew something was wrong with the switch. So then we were like, okay, seacock has to be off if you're not using the head. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and show you what happened, what caused that. And the other thing is, like, this cheap model, when I took this apart, all of the screw sets inside just turned out and broke off. So I guess that's what happens when you buy the cheap model. This head was on my boat when I bought it, but I think it was like brand new. It didn't seem like it had been used. So after we got back, I took it apart on the boat to see what was happening. And there's a valve here that lets seawater in, which I'll show you closer. There was tons of seagrass stuck inside this valve holding it open. So manually we could move the switch and it was like pushing down, but the seagrass was still letting seawater come in. So that was the problem. So here's the switch I was telling you guys about. So this is the danger spot where you pump seawater in, and that's where you switch it to pump it overboard. And then this is where the seawater comes in, but it was full of like tons of this seagrass holding it open. So that's something to know if you're having the similar problem. That might be the issue if you can pull this apart. Problem was, when I pulled it apart, all of these, so that we have these pegs, which is what accepts the original factory screw, they all turned off, like they broke right off the unit when I took it apart to see what was happening. Now I have this beautiful Jobsco, which I love them, but the only problem is when it came, it was bent like that out of the box. I'm hoping that I'll be able to take my heat gun and get rid of this kink, but that's a real bummer to open it up. And it wasn't cheap, but I trust this product, this company. That's what my macerator pump is. All of my valves on my head are this company, and they're known for quality. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the head reinstalled. It's getting dark. Definitely one of the worst tasks that you can have as a boat owner. But hopefully this new head will keep us happy and not dealing with this nonsense for a long while now. And I hope that what I showed you here helps if you get in a situation where your head is just taking on seawater. That could be a problem. Like there could be something that had been sucked up in there. So that's what the video's for. Thanks for watching, and I hope everybody's out on the water this weekend. I'm busy doing boat work, but thanks again for your support and your comments and your likes, and fair winds until next time.